On today's episode of DAPA.DANIEL, I am entering into Lakeview Downs. This is going to be 1 acre home sites. Maybe you're trying to get away from all the hustle and bustle. There's a lot of trees. I'm sure you could put like a miniature football field in there. Maybe like a small little baseball field. I really do think that if you're having to make commutes out to things and go places, not going to be the community for you. Here's the model, there's the model. Everywhere's a model. A house like this over in South Lake would be sitting at like 3.5, 4 million. So that makes sense. Hello everyone, welcome back to another neighborhood tour. Today I am entering into Lakeview Downs. This is going to be 1 acre home sites. This is going to be for anyone that's looking in the price range of over $900,000. Maybe you're trying to get away from all the hustle and bustle, be around the lake life and things like that. We're going to get right into this. This is going to be GFO homes, and here Partners in Building, I believe that's the other one. They got some custom homes, got some other stuff in here, but I'll go through GFO homes, talk about them. They got 1 acre home sites in here, so I'll take you guys around, get into some of the details. If this is your first time joining my channel or one of my videos, welcome. Maybe you're thinking about Lucas, Texas, or Allen, Texas, or maybe you're just interested in seeing what some 1 acre home sites look like, because most of the neighborhoods that I tour are sitting on like 1/5 of an acre or not even. So over here right now in Lucas, Texas, like I said, this is kind of on the border of Allen as well. Looks like they have Partners Building in here. I'm just going to get into details about GFO homes because they were the ones that were showing on the MLS. It seems like Partners has some stuff available in here. Partners wasn't showing anything on the MLS in there. What's been selling in here has been about $900,000 up to $1.1 million. They're gonna have pretty big floor plans in here, well over 4,000 square feet. So if you are looking for something like that, stay around. I'll be getting into some details about what some of the floor plans are, but there's a lot of trees, I will say that. So they did keep a good amount of trees around here. Now, when it comes to Lucas, the one downside of this area is going to be the roads. None of the roads are developed anywhere around here. Driving in here from 121, that's like the highway. 75 in that area is pretty far away. I say pretty far away. It's like 15 to 20 minutes. And that's if you catch the lights like really good. For the most part, it's just like a 1-lane road to really get anywhere around this Princeton, Lucas area. And I don't think they're gonna be developing those roads anytime soon. So that's a little bit of a headache. And if you don't like traveling on those, then probably not gonna be the area. Like Lucas around Lavon Lake, not going to be the best options. Let's just get into details about this neighborhood. So the HOA in here is going to be $900 annually. There's not going to be a MUD, and then the tax rate in here is just going to be a little bit over 2%, 2.02% is what your tax rate is going to be. And then GFO Homes is starting in here at like $929,000. I'll get into what some of the actives are and things like that. A fairly big neighborhood. It feels a lot bigger than what it is just because all these houses are so spaced out, which I know some of you guys like, but you kind of got to get you have to get further out now when it's coming to these 1 acre home sites. And so it's kind of like, you know, everything's a trade-off, right? Like you get your 1 acre home site here, but you're not going to have your developed roads, but you're going to be by your lake, but you're not going to get maybe your amenity center in here. You're not going to be by any malls. So you just got to kind of weigh those things and those trade-offs as to what you kind of want for you or your family. I'm going to guess that if you're moving in this neighborhood, you have a family, because if you're single moving into like $1 million house, I would love to know what you're doing for a living. I really would, because maybe I got to be doing that. Definitely bigger layout plans for some bigger families in here. They have some 5 beds options, but yeah, let's just get into details about some floor plans and what's active. So on the low end, what they were showing at like $929,000 listed right now was the Jefferson model for GFO homes. That's going to be a 4-bed, 4-bath, 2,909 square feet at $319 per square foot. And then there's a Lincoln model. The Lincoln model was first listed at $964,000 on the MLS, but it's dropped down to $949,000. That's a 4-bed, 4-bath, 3,428 square feet at $277 per square foot. And then they have the Roosevelt model. That one's listed at a little over 1 million, like $1,039,000, and that's a 5-bed, 3-bath, 4,011 square feet at $259 per square foot. And then the high end, they have the Kennedy model. It's going to be one of their biggest models. That's the 5-bed, 4.5-bath, listed at $1.1 million, and that one's 4,319 square feet at $272 per square foot. Here's some more looks as to what the GFO homes are. So the GFO homes are still getting that, like, you know, kind of have that Toll Brother look to it. Now for the inside, I think you guys are gonna like Toll Brothers a little bit more than GFO homes. But there's the model right there. Here's the model, there's the model, everywhere's a model. And then I'll take you guys outside this neighborhood, show you guys what I mean by like kind of the 1-lane roads. Actually entering this neighborhood, you kind of go over this bridge, so you get to see the lake and like what that looks like. So that's kind of nice, right? And then for the lot sizes in here, gonna be looking at like 140 by 330, which is just like, you know, that's your 1 acre lot size right there. I know that some people have left comments like, hey, are there 1 acre home sites around like good school districts? Well, I would say Allen, Princeton, McKinney, you are going to have some of that. Frisco is going to be a little bit harder. Prosper is just going to be priced crazy. Over in South Lake, I mean, when I say priced crazy, I mean $2 million for something like this. Or over in South Lake, I mean, a house like this over in South Lake would be sitting at like $3.5–4 million if it was close to the lake and things like that. Price points around here are a lot lower than that of, you know, around like South Lake or around Prosper and that for like a 1 acre home site. Right, and then it's just going to be single family in here. I'll throw up the plat map to show you guys what is available, and for what's available, it's going to be the blue dots. So anything that's blue is what's coming and available for you guys. Now there's not going to be any amenity center, things like that, but you are going to be close to Collin Park Marina, which if you have a boat, if you're into the lake life, that's going to be where maybe you could do some storage for your boat. Yeah, this should give you a good idea into the size of the backyard. So you can see that house over there is putting in a pool, and then they just have a good another, like, that's almost half a football field in there for a backyard. Not really, guys, but I'm sure you could put like a miniature football field in there. Maybe like a small little baseball field. Some of these houses are going to be backed up to tree lines and things like that, which is pretty nice. So the other builder in here was Partners in Building, but I didn't see any. I mean, most of their lots are filled. They're showing some available, so I don't really see anything online about that. Yeah, let's just keep driving around here. And then for what was selling in here, the average price per square foot and what was being listed is like $240, $250. Now there was some stuff going well over $300, and then some things just going barely over $200. It really depends on like the square footage. Those bigger square footage homes are going to be like $217, $210 per square foot, and then your smaller square footage homes are going to be sitting at like that $270 up to $300. Now for the homes that have sold in here, the Kennedy model has been pretty popular now. They'll probably not be doing a lot of Kennedy models going forward due to repetition and things like that, but you can kind of get away better with less repetition stuff due to more spread out and these 1 acre home sites. When you get into these home sites where it's just like super crammed, you might not be able to find the right floor plan because the elevation is either across the street or right next to each other, and they don't want to do like the repetition with some of these builders. They kind of want everything to look different, even though we get into some of these neighborhoods and we joke around how some of these houses just look all the same when they're right next to each other. There's no curbs, so I can do that. Let's go back down this way. See, this is gonna have like your toll. See, this is kind of looking like a Toll Brother, you know what I'm saying? But it's GFO. But that's the other thing. There's all these builders that have sister companies and parent companies, and they're all like working with, it's like Disney. It's like all these builders are just, they're all one. Disney owns all media, and then Amazon owns the whole internet, but I digress. All right, the other thing is that there's no leases in here. Not the weird thing about this neighborhood, but the other thing about this neighborhood is the school district. So the school district is gonna be Princeton ISD and McKinney ISD. So you're gonna have those two. And for Princeton ISD, you're gonna have Harper Elementary, and then it's gonna be Clark Middle School, and then Princeton High School. And then for McKinney ISD, it's going to be J.W. Webb Elementary School, Johnson Middle School, and then McKinney High School. And there's no college campuses close to here. Like the closest campus is like Collin over off Spring Creek in Allen, and that's like 30 minutes. I mean, that's a good minute away. And to 75 from here is gonna be about 15 minutes, and that's if you're catching all the lights really good and there's no traffic. The thing about these one lanes, and when we go out of here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, it's just gonna be a headache for you guys going around and trying to get out to places, even out to the Walmart. So I give you guys a heads up that if you're more, maybe you're, you know, I don't think if you're having to commute into work or things like that, maybe if you work from home, this is going to be more of your neighbor. There's going to be a better neighborhood for you. But I do think if you're making a commute a bunch out to the DFW airport, things like that, I think you're just going to run into a bunch of headaches driving anywhere else. Well, we'll talk about the commute. So the commute down to Dallas, 35 to 40 minutes. Out to the DFW airport, 40 to 45 minutes. And then Fort Worth is an hour away. The high schools, Princeton High School is 15 minutes away, and then McKinney High School is 20 minutes away. The nearest hospital over there in Allen, that's a Texas Health, that's 20 minutes away. And then the grocery store, there's a Walmart Supercenter over in Lucas, and that is less than 10 minutes away. So at least you're close to your grocery store. But you're not really close to anything else. I mean, if you're wanting to go out to like Texas Ranger games, Dallas Cowboy games, down to downtown Dallas, going out to those events and things like that, you are going to be further away. But maybe you want to be further away from the city and out towards more green space, more clean air, and things like that. So this might be the neighborhood for you, but I really do think that if you're having to make commutes out to things and go places, not going to be the community for you. Lucas does have a bunch of neighborhoods that are closer to the tollways than here, but those price ranges are going to start floating up close to like $2 million. This one's just still far away, where you can get an acre home site less than $1 million and it'd be 4,000 square feet. Now, whether or not you like the look of the homes, let me know down in the comments section what you guys think of these. But yeah, for the most part, this is going to be the neighborhood. So not a whole bunch of homes, because we're going to be sitting on 1 acre home sites, less than 100 home sites in here. So they don't have any walking trails, and there's not going to be any amenity center. And that's why I go back to, okay, if you like the lake and those things, that, you know, I think this is going to be a good neighborhood if you like Lavon Lake. Lavon Lake is really nice too. Everyone goes out to Lake Louisville and is around there. Lavon Lake has a little bit less people on it just because it's not as developed once you start getting out towards Princeton and these areas. I know some people look at Princeton and think, oh my God, it's so far away. More highways and things like that are going to come later. 121 ends at 75, so until they build that out further, which they don't really have any plans for that yet, you are going to be on like these one lanes, which I'll show you right now heading out of the neighborhood. So they got, yeah, that's going to be GFO homes in there. They did have Partners Building, but I didn't see any marketing for that. They were showing some lots available, but nothing on the MLS for people. So now we're headed outside of the neighborhood. Let me show you guys kind of what I'm talking about with these one lanes, but this is going to be kind of all over the place. But, you know, you get to drive over like cool things like this, right? Nice little view of Lavon Lake. So that's kind of what that looks like. And there's not going to be a whole bunch of neighborhoods yet around this northern side of Lavon Lake. A lot of stuff is older, and this is going to be like one of the closest neighborhoods that offers like a 1 acre home site right by Lavon Lake. But they do have a Highland Park area where you could walk around, but the closest marina is going to be like 10 minutes away from you if you do have a boat and want to keep it on that. This area, though, looks like it's got a bunch of trees around it, so probably not a lot of boats come out to this side. This is like the most northern part of Lavon Lake. It starts getting to like weird little marshy lands once you go a little bit further north, so which they probably won't be developing on any of that stuff. So this is going to be one of the furthest north neighborhoods that are just right off the lake. All right, that's going to do it for this neighborhood tour, guys. Just showing you kind of what's around here, but it's going to be a lot of these one-lane roads. So if you don't like the look of this, don't buy a house over here, over in Lucas. Maybe Parker. Parker might be better for you because that stuff's more developed over there, and they got 1 acre home sites. It's just those homes be floating almost at like 1.5, 2 million for something like this. All right, I'm gonna pull over here, stop the video today, but appreciate you guys watching. If you stayed all the way to the end, text me if you want any more information about 1 acre home sites over in Lucas, Allen, Parker, in this area around Lavon Lake. Thank you guys so much for watching. Other than that, peace out, y'all. Take it easy as always. Thanks for checking out my channel and watching that video. I got more videos floating around here. If you're in the market to buy or sell real estate in the DFW area, contact me, Daniel, at the Home Expert Team. I will be happy to answer any of your questions. Besides that, bye.